video I've been planning to do for a while now. This is me showing off my Christmas collection, and I hope you're ready. Anyway, first off is this, of course. And I'm starting off with movies. I'm separating movies and specials. And my definition of a special is longer, shorter than 60 minutes. So while some of these did air on TV, they don't count as TV specials. Anyway, first up is A Christmas Story. This is a Blu-ray, of course, the Blu-ray edition, and this features some great special features, as you're about to see. Features a commentary by Peter Billingsley and Bob Clark. There's a documentary, 2 featurettes, script pages, a theatrical trailer. This is, of course, based off the works of Gene Shepard. There is A Christmas Story 2, but I don't own it. Thank God. I don't want to own it. And yeah, you're probably wondering why I own this. You're going to see this on Christmas Day. You're going to see this like 24 hours a day. Because I wanted to own it, that's why. Up next is Christmas is Here Again. This movie was just reviewed by the Rangoons, but I got it off of a recommendation by CR of that guy with the glasses, aka Chad Rocco of DeviantArt, and haven't watched it yet, but I'm hoping it's good. I mean, the cast is phenomenal. I mean, you've got Ed Asner, Kathy Bates, Brad Garrett, Andy Griffith, Daniel Roebuck, Norm Macdonald, and Madison Davenport, who I had never heard of, but she was in Kittredge, apparently, in Horton Hears a Who, which means this is a later DVD, because this movie's from 04, and Horton didn't come out until, like, 08. Next up is Santa Claus, the movie. This one is produced by the Salkins, the same guys who did the Superman movies. Stars Dudley Moore, but Dudley's not playing Santa. This is David Huddleston. But it also stars John Lithgow and Burgess Meredith, and is directed by Dwanot Swarzek, who also directed Jaws 2, as well as the Salkins' other movie from the mid-80s, Supergirl. Haven't seen this one either, but it's been on TV a lot, and it's a cult classic now. This one I have seen, though. Christmas Vacation. Probably one of the funniest Christmas movies ever made. Scratch that. It's one of the funniest movies ever made in general. I love this movie. It is hilarious. I can laugh at it forever. It is that great. I definitely recommend this one. If it's on TV, watch it. Next up is... well, I'm going to put these two together because they're pretty much, very much connected. Home Alone and Home Alone 2. Why not Home Alone 3 is not part of this collection? Because 3 is not explicitly stated to be set on Christmas. He does get a gift, but it's never stated that it's Christmas. These movies are a package. I mean, Chris Columbus directed both of them, and John Hughes produced both of them. Chris Columbus later went on to direct Mrs. Doubtfire, and there's another Christmas movie here that I think I have that Chris Columbus also is responsible for. Gremlins, of course, but that's not over here. Of course, next up is Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, and I bought this the minute it came out on DVD, because this is one of my favorite movies of all time. Not just Christmas, but one of my favorite movies of all time. It's been a favorite movie of mine since I was a kid, and I love it. I'm not one of those guys who just go to Hot Topic and then buy a Nightmare Before Christmas and like it because of the hipster, goth trends. This is a movie I actually like in general. And these next two did air on TV, but I don't consider them to be TV Christmas specials because of their length. Okay, I take it back. These could have been counted as Christmas specials, despite even though because this one is clearly called a movie, though. So yeah, but yeah, this one's clearly special, kind of extended. But yeah, these are both the Muppets, of course. You'll see more of them in my special video on Christmas specials, but this one, it was produced by Disney. This was after Disney had officially, taken over the Muppets. This one was made before then, I think. Next up is A Christmas Carol, starring Alistair Sim, and this is the most well-known version of A Christmas Carol. One of the most well-known, at least. It's well-beloved, and I finally saw it for the first time a while back, a couple of years ago. I loved it. It's Not as great as some of the other versions, though. This one, like the next two you're about to see. I have a lot of Christmas Carol adaptations. Next up is Scrooge, starring Alistair Finney. This one's a musical version, and it features Alec Guinness as Marley. Next up, of course, we got Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, starring George C. Scott as Scrooge. This one was a made-for-TV movie, but it is powerful. It is a fantastic work of filmmaking. You wouldn't guess that it was made for television. Next up is Scrooged. This, of course, is basically acknowledging the story exists and basically puts another guy in the middle of what happens to Scrooge in the original story. It's a fantastic film. I do recommend it wholeheartedly. Next up, Muppet Christmas Carol. This is another great adaptation, and this was the proof that the Muppets could go on without Jim Henson. It is such a fantastic movie. Michael Caine is fantastic as Scrooge. Haven't seen this one yet, but I hear good things. Jim Carrey as Scrooge. It also features Gary Oldman, who is such a fantastic actor, so this has got to be a great movie. Next up are the Santa Claus 1 and 2. I got these around the same time. I don't own 3. And as you'll notice, this is a full-screen copy. I never thought to buy a widescreen, but these movies are good. The third one, not so much, but I do love the later, these two. Next up is, of course, Elf, which is since seen I haven't seen this one either, but it's since received a Broadway musical and a TV special based off of it. And, yeah. And the TV special features Jim Parsons of Big Bang Theory fame. So, yeah. You've got a big one coming. I gotta reset everything back up so that it's very set up. It's gonna be reset up. So yeah, let's set these back up again. Okay. Next up, I was gonna do these in a separate video, but since I got enough time left, I think I'll do these. These are the specials. These are stuff that they're not long enough to be considered movies, and plus they aired on TV. And some of these are box sets, actually. First up is a Christmas special, is a History Channel special called "Surviving the Holidays" with Louis Black. He interviews people, and it's a great little special. If you haven't seen this yet, I definitely recommend you checking it out if you can find a copy of it. Okay, next up is one I had to get off of eBay, but A Muppet Family Christmas. I do recommend getting this, but I also recommend trying to figure out if there's ever going to be a new version that's going to be, a full-length version, because this one is edited. But this one is actually pretty cool. It features the Fraggles and the Sesame Street characters, too. So, yeah, that's actually kind of a weird little boon. This one's not really... It does feature a Christmas special, but it also features Halloween and Thanksgiving. Garfield Holiday Celebrations. It features the famous Garfield Christmas special, which I loved as a kid. I hadn't seen it in years and years, but it's probably so good. Garfield never gets old. I still love Garfield to this day. This one is an adaptation of the Blue County comic strip and features the late great Ron Williams as this character right here. But this is Opus and Bill in A Wish for Wings to Work. Turns out the guy who created Berkeley Burford didn't like the special at all. I don't get why. Next up is The 12 Days of Christmas, featuring the voice of the late great Phil Hartman. But not only that, it's stories by Romeo Mueller, who wrote a lot of the old Rankin Bass specials, and I am indeed getting to the Rankin Bass stuff. But not only features Phil Hartman, actually he's the only guy notable here, as I can see here. Okay, next up is Pee-wee's Christmas Special, and this is a full-blown special. This one is big, features Cher. I haven't seen it yet, but I want to. Okay, next up is Alvin and the Chipmunks, A Chipmunk Christmas. This was their return. This was the big return of the Chipmunks. Before their TV show, in between their TV shows and the death of Ross Bagdasarian, this was the return. I definitely recommend Chipmunk Christmas. It is a great special, and it has a lot of heart to it. And it's animated by Chuck Jones, so that makes it even better, because Chuck Jones was a fantastic animator. Next up is, of course, the Rankin Bass stuff. Of course, the Rankin Bass stuff. We've got Rudolph. We've got Santa Claus is Coming to Town with the little drummer boy, and we also got Frosty the Snowman with Frosty Returns, which is not Rankin Bass. In fact, I don't get why there's a sequel there to begin with, because I'm about to show you guys something else here that's also got some Rankin Bass in it, but it's also got something that isn't Rankin Bass. Okay, we got How the Grinch Stole Christmas. But there's also a lot of stuff here that is Christmas related stuff. You got the Year About Santa Claus, Rudolph's Shiny New Year, Nestor the Long-Eared Donkey, Pinocchio's Christmas, The Leprechaun's Christmas Gold. And these are all related to Rankin Bass. You have Frosty's Winter Wonderland with The Night Before Christmas, of course. Rudolph Frosty's Christmas in July, which technically does not even count as a special. It was actually released in theaters. But yeah, that's really all the Christmas-related DVDs. I do have 4 more on the way. I will mention what they are right now. Jingle All the Way, of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm just going to cover the camera so you guys can't really... Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger. The Polar Express. Miracle on 34th Street, and White Christmas with Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye. Anyway, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope I don't get a comment like I got in my last video where they just said, "You suck." Anyway, later.